right, welcome back here on Prime Morning. It's time for us to talk sports here on the show. Nathaniel is here with me in the studio. Like I said, big thank you to Nutri Snacks for always making it possible for us to enjoy the very best of our mornings, and it's a family secret. So if your family is not doing Nutri Snacks yet, you're far behind. Make sure you go out there, you grab them, you enjoy them, and pass it on as well. Okay, it's very important that you share. Okay, you can also join us on our social media page on Joy Prime TV on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. You can follow us over there. Drop your messages. Let us know what you think about the conversations we're having here on the show. We're more than glad to always read from you. So we expect that coming through. Now it's time for us to talk about sports. The Black Stars made another point. Of course, not the very best we were expected, but at the end of the day, we had a point and we're excited about it. There are other issues that we want to talk about here on Sports Nat. Listen here, Nat, how are you doing?
Great to see you.
Good to see you, my brother. Everything cool?
Very well, very well.
You like what happened yesterday?
A solid morning, after the game. And there are loads and loads of conversations, especially on Twitter, where people have already started heaping praises on Coach Chris Hughton.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the scenario where probably things had gone the opposite way. And, I'm just imagining how the trend would have gone this morning on social media. But, hey, we've always said something about the fans, what the fans are looking for. The fans are looking for their, cloud 9.0. They're looking for their eternal bliss. And if you can give it to them, then you get their praise.
That's it.
But let's not forget the fundamental point. We are at a crossroad regarding the way we're building our team. And it is important that these moments are taken as curves, like a learning curve, a building curve. Now, the game that we played against Angola was a very difficult one yesterday.
Yeah.
We saw what happened in Kumasi. Now, this is a team that had prepared well, but then the final end of the preparation towards the game did not go well. But they came in and behaved like a team that was on point.
Yeah.
I mean, that had not been denied any rest whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yet, look at what they went through. And so psychologically, they are up there. So we knew that they were going to give us this kind of challenge. I mean, in terms of possession, they were slightly ahead of us, 10% ahead of
the first time was all about them.
What I also like is the fact that, in the absence of Jiku and the main guys, we saw, a fine mixture of a new set of back four.
Yeah.
I mean, Schindler, Kingsley Schindler, for instance, is somebody we have to look at again. And I think that getting that opportunity to just come and play a bit in the Black Stars has also given the coach one more idea to have an option.
Yeah.
So in terms of options, they are there. Yes, Partey was on the bench. We're going to come to the subject of Partey very shortly.
Well, yeah.
But for me, what is important is that we played a game that gave a lot of hope that the Black Stars, given the next 4 or 5 games, provided we maintain the consistency, can become that team that we've been looking forward to seeing. Now, there's an average age there in the team. I mean, you have players who are in their mid to late 20s, which is a good thing. So at least we know that over the next 4 years, if we're able to maintain consistency, and in the unlikely instance that we get these injuries and all of that plaguing our players, then we are going to have a good set.
Yeah, solid.
I do say that we've suffered a great deal. I mean, the Black Stars have suffered. I mean, we have gotten close to winning the Africa Cup. In the last, 15 years, we've gotten close to winning the Africa Cup of Nations, at least on 2 occasions. And I think that we have to start building up to it. And what better day would it be than to win it in the backyard of the nation that has been responsible for denying us the opportunity on those 2 occasions in the last 15 years? So these are conversations we need to have. So I'm happy. What we need to do now is to record a good result against Madagascar away, and then we know that we are in cruise control. We need 3 points. We need to win the game, and then we know that we're safe and in cruise control for the next Africa Cup of Nations to be played right here in Côte d'Ivoire. And I'm already making plans in my head. I've seen Majid Michel in the corner. We're going to drive down. We're not taking any flights. Flights from here to Abidjan are going to be very, very boring. A road trip. You do a stop in Winneba, the joint. Do a stop in Winneba. We do a stop in Cape Coast. We go to his Infantsby. We go to his Baisei.
It'll be fun.
The next Africa Cup of Nations will be interesting. Now, this goal,
the equalizer.
Yes. Look, this is a super sub situation. And for me, this goes to tell the kind of quality that we also have in the team. Okay? Now, for a player to come on and score on their first touch,
less than 20 seconds or
exactly.
so. I mean,
it is a big testament of the kind of quality that we have.
Yeah.
And I also need to give some amount of credit to Joseph Painso. Joseph Painso has been a master creator.
Cross was crucial.
He was super on the right wing when he was introduced. And I think it was just a good time and good omen around the team around the time. So getting that goal was very, very important. And I like the composure as well. I like the composure of the team. I mean, in AFCON qualifiers, you know the kinds of frustrations that can come.
Yeah.
There are big conversations about the penalty we conceded and whether there was, but you see, once you are within the penalty box, it becomes a very, very difficult conversation to have regarding whether or not there was contact and whether the contact was intentional. Okay, it becomes very, very difficult to establish that. We saw them from different angles, but there was a certain level of contact.
Yeah.
But hey, all of it is gone. What is important is that Ghana secured a point from there, and it is spurring on the plan to want to qualify for the next Africa Cup of Nations. So kudos to the guys. Like I said, every disadvantage becomes a blessing in disguise, and all the players who have had the opportunity in the absence of some of our players have been super. Edmond Addo was great. I like his contribution. I like the ball control, the ball distribution, and all of that. At a certain point, we froze our midfield and we're using the wings. This is the way to go. When you find yourself in situations like these, you need to adjust. It's as simple as that, because when your opponent reads you and they're able to block all of your channels of supply, then you need to switch around. And I think we switched around very well. And it is a good time. Joseph Painso, with all the controversy that surrounded his non-inclusion in the World Cup squad, now is making a very good case for himself. So, I mean, way to go.
And that, I think we need to give some credit to the coach once again. I mean, at this point, we all know that we have a certain coach who believes so much in what these guys are able to do. Now, for example, if you're at the bench, if you're a Black Star player and you are at the bench at this moment, one thing that runs through your mind is simple. The coach believes in all of us and not just one person. So when you are given the opportunity to go in, you need to give a good account of yourself. And that's one thing that the coach can give any player on this earth.
Very well.
Because when you're at the bench and the coach doesn't believe in even your ability to go in and make a difference, then it becomes a problem with you even making the decision that, it's my time to be substituted and I want to go in. You're a bit skeptical because, he just want me to go in and just play. But this is a coach that will say, you know what, A, B, C, D can go in at any point in time and make a difference. And
on the decision,
it's a big deal.
And on the decision on Partey, for instance. So let's take a quick look at this tweet. It's from Kobe Founder. Okay, so he says Chris Hughton is officially a tactical genius than Ten Hag. Every true football fan will attest to this. So this is half of a shade and half of giving credit. Now, like I said, I also think that fans need to take it easy a little bit. I mean, this is only match day 2 or game 2 for Chris Hughton. And I'm saying that football fans, because of the way our minds are tuned, always tend to switch over very, very, or change skin, put up chameleon character very easily. And so for me, let's take it easy. It's just match day 2. There are going to be challenging times ahead. Now, from a Ghanaian perspective, I don't want us to lose a game.
From a fan perspective, I don't want you to blame the fans too much. This is the first time we're seeing maybe that's the case. This is the first time we're seeing a coach make changes and get results. It's the first time we see a coach say, I can boldly say Partey should sit on the bench.
First time, no. Well, yes. And it turned out a strategic, it turned out a strategic decision because Partey has been injury prone, over the period, that he joined Arsenal. And there was another tweet, I'll show it to you. Now, this is from Liwan. Liwan says, with Chris Hughton as our coach, we'll win the AFCON, the World Cup, UCL, Club World Cup, and Copa America. Okay, Ghana is not in the Copa America zone. There's some more, which we'll be sharing. But, okay, so this one says, Chris Hughton is building a team nobody wants to play against. And this is at Starboy Orlando. This is a very huge, heavy statement. Now, my former colleague here at Multimedia, Kelvin Owusu-Ansah, who's now with 3 Sports, tweeted this and he said, Chris Hughton is not just a coach but a manager. That gives me confidence that the Black Stars will come good again. Okay, so these are some of the thoughts that are coming generally for the performance that we put up yesterday. So let's just get ourselves ready. Quick one on Partey as well. Thomas Partey, my worry for him is these injuries that come up from time to time. There was an Arsenal fan who tweeted that, look, you know what, just sell this guy so that we just, don't keep having butterflies in our tummy. Very, very unfortunate, but I'm glad that it's being managed well. Look, I'm throwing back quickly to the time when Michael Essien was our star boy and was playing in the English Premier League. All the conspiracy theories around his absence from some international assignments and how there were big conversations about club and country allegiance and all of that. At least at this point, we've gotten past it because there are young players, young, energetic, talented players who are able to fill in. And we're not comparing anybody here. But what is important is that because of the hunger and because of the desire to prove self, these young lads, example, Edmund Addo, whose club career at this point is a bit of on a bit of a shaky ground. I mean, he's going to sort things out soon. So when they get the opportunity, they're able to fill in well. So for me, I just pray that things are sorted out. He's is not too serious so that he can play this weekend, satisfy the Arsenal faithful. But what is important is that in June when we return, we'd like to have the full element of Partey because when he's there in defensive midfield, he holds it down, he distributes well, and he contributes greatly as well. And when he has a good day as well, he scores. And that's the most important thing for all of us. So way to go. I think that it was a good, fair result. And so let's look at building up on it and going to the next Africa Cup of Nations. And then we can start talking about possibly winning the trophy again because that is another conversation on its own. Also, the Black Meteors. Now, the Black Meteors are looking for a place at the next Olympic Games in France. Now, remember that the last time Ghana made impact in football at the Olympic Games was back in 1992. So we need to do a 360 around the studio and see where everybody was in 1992. Okay, don't worry. The look on your face just tells me about it. So this is the squad. One of the good things about this squad is that when you have age-specific competitions or age-specific teams and they are being run well and we're also getting results, then it spells a good future for your national team. So back in the time, if you remember, during the years when Ghana was dominating in the age-specific competitions, it was having a good effect on the national team. And you can roll back to any of the years, and I'll tell you the kind of result. The latest one we saw, which was the last one we saw, was the success story of 2009. And the last final element of the 2009 success story is Andre Dede Ayew, the captain. And how many years has he played for the Black Stars since then? He's one of our highest cup players. In fact, he's our highest cup player at this point. You understand me? So when we do well at this stage, it goes well. Godwin Atram has been there. He's captained the Black Starlets, and he's playing the role of assistant coach, to Tanko. And it's a good time. Great. What I expect is that, so the center line in the stands is free, the popular stand is free, and the VIP is 35 Ghana cedis only. So, VVIP is not for everyone. I mean, so
why they
let's get there.
Though? I mean,
it's to encourage fans to just come and watch the game. This is a weekday. Remember that we played that game on a Thursday. So the expectation is that on a Tuesday we can do it again. And big shouts to the Kumasi fans. Our hearts go out to you. Great. You support the national teams like no other. So let's see how it goes. And and finally, KMJ, we're building up to the big fight on Saturday.
This weekend.
Yes, Isaac Dogbe in Oklahoma City. We're going to be doing some stuff from Oklahoma, and so we'll see how all of it goes. But
so that's what you on your screens right now.
Yeah, so that's Isaac Dogbe.
The weekend is going to be the big bout.
So this is one of his fights against Adam Lopez, and this is him in beast mode. This is what his coaches tell me when I visited in his gym in DC. They said, look, the guy is in beast mode. He's ready to go. So we're going to be doing some stuff.
Not to be coming all the way from Oklahoma. So you guys who just have to hold on tight and get all the updates. We don't just do anything. We make sure we bring you proper stuff. So Nathaniel will be there and we'll bring you all the updates on that, bro. Good to see you again, and we're definitely doing it tomorrow, right? We've got loads and loads of conversations coming up tomorrow. You want to be a part of it.